That's what they did in High School Musical. That's what I'm doing now. How do I say all these words in less than 2 minutes? Let's go! Hello and hi! It's that time of year again where I attend Buffer Festival and have conversations with some kick-ass humans about little corners of the great big world of publications. Quick rundown for you, I'm studying publications, and publications to me is anything with the public. This video is for a class and is an accompaniment to a print piece called Point 5. Every year, this course creates, edits, designs the content, and personally prints about 100 copies. This year's theme of Point 5 is platforms, and what better place to start talking about platforms than social media? Social media as a platform is this cross-pollinating network of information that strictly just isn't linear anymore. You got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat stories, amongst a million other ways to get information. It's like the reach of information is just as quantifiable as the actual content itself. Where anyone has the power to say anything, virality and reach really dictates the dissemination of your information. If you're on any social media platform, you definitely know the viral entity that is Buzzfeed. Buzzfeed is an internet media company that was founded as a viral lab, and it's mastered social media as a platform. Their content is relatable as heck, which makes it super easy to digest, which means it spreads like wildfire. BuzzFeed's perfect formula of viral content combined with their posting frequency meets that market demand of we need shit to entertain us, and we need shit all the time, and we need that shit all the time, meaning now. That market, that target demographic, also really wants to talk about change and start an active dialogue. One of BuzzFeed's sub-channels, now called Boldly, was BuzzFeed Yellow, focuses on content promoting the empowerment of women. One of my favorite series or groups or what have you is called Ladylike. Ladylike, like Boldly, creates content about beauty, fashion, body positivity, representation, etc., but specifically challenges the social contract of femininity. Now, for the reason why you clicked on this video. I was lucky enough to have a chance to sit down with CHANTEL Houston, a senior video producer at BuzzFeed. CHANTEL's one of the founding members of Ladylike and has been able to use BuzzFeed's viral platform to talk about things that she wants to talk about. What she wants to talk about is what I want to talk about and what I also want to listen to, and create this conversation amongst other peoples, because peoples are cool. She's a cool peoples. Anyways, CHANTEL's a kick-ass human, and that's probably enough context for y'all. Hope you enjoy this interview. There's a part in the actual interview where the camera automatically stopped recording, and shout out to my friend Steph, who was recording and quickly hit record again. So there's a little cut inside, but I will try and make it seamless, and if it's not seamless, I'm sorry. You'll just see I'm sorry on screen. Bye! So, how did you start making videos for Ladylike?
So, I started just making videos when I was 9. I would just make any sort of videos that I could. And so I carried that on, took a bunch of different film classes, went to film school. After that, made my way over to Buzzfeed, where I was just making just so many different types of content at Buzzfeed. And so I was doing what we call moments inventory. So it'd be XX things short girls want you to know, stuff like that. And then I was doing unscripted stuff. I was just doing everything. And then I got asked to start a beauty and style Facebook page called Top Knot. Okay. Which is now, I think it's now probably at 4 or 5 million likes on Facebook or something like that. So I started that, and then while I was doing that, I kind of got tapped again to be hey, so we have this just kind of empty void of women's content, and we think that there's a need for it, so we want you to creatively lead this thing. And so I was okay, and so they kind of paired all of us up together, and then we just started shooting stuff, and we called it Ladylike. Ashley Perez actually named it Ladylike. I was at lunch with her, and I was I'm about to go shoot it was our first video that we'd ever done. I was I'm about to go shoot this thing, and I don't know what to call it. And then she was I have a name for another show, and you can have it if you want. And I was what is it? And she was Ladylike, and I was yes, perfect name. So I'm forever indebted to her. And then we just started making Ladylike videos, and they took off right away. And then there were some weird sort of hiccups where they were actually, we don't want you to do Ladylike videos, we want you to do Top Knot. And so then it was kind of a struggle to keep it going. And then long story short, we sort of wrapped around. Now we're here.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a long way into it, but yeah.
So you sort of started just with women content and filling that void, and then zeroed in and then came back to
Yeah, Yeah, and I did that even since I was just at BuzzFeed. I was always making stuff that was just like very feminist, very just like pro women, and being like, here's what you don't know about being a woman. Like, I'm gonna tell you, you know. But I was always like behind the camera.
Yeah.
And then with Ladylike, I just got like thrust in front of it, and so it's definitely been like a learning process. But it's really good. It's so fun.
Did you like get to choose, like when you go to BuzzFeed? I don't know anything about BuzzFeed, but do you get to choose like what your like focus is, like subject matter? Okay.
Yeah, you get to kind of focus on, I mean, they want you to develop like your own voice, and so that's a big part of it, just being like, okay, like what can you add, like what are you wanting to say that no one is saying right now? And that's kind of how it works there, because almost everyone that is a content creator there starts as an intern. So you go intern, fellow, I guess it's not an intern. So you start junior fellow, junior producer, and then you start.
So what do you think it means to embrace femininity?
I think femininity is like such an entangled word, and also like in a lot of ways like femininity is policed more than just like your actual like sex or gender, you know. It's just like, are you feminine enough, are you too feminine? Like you're kind of like forbidden to lean too far into either way, which is kind of like what I wanted to do, even just with the name Ladylike, just be like, what does it actually mean, you know? And so that's why like sometimes it's like, all right, let's not shave anything on our body for a month, and then other times it's like, let's try a new beauty trend, you know. But I guess
I know it's a loaded question.
Yeah, I couldn't really say like what femininity as a whole. I think what's more important than holding on to a term like masculinity or femininity is just like embracing who you are and what makes you feel good about that. Like even right now I'm like wearing a suit, but it's like floral and silky, and I have like so much makeup on, you know, and it's just like what I feel like doing, you know. It's like I don't want to wear a dress today, I want to wear a suit, but you know what, I want a bold ass lip, you know. And so it's just kind of like I really enjoy like treading the line between like the two sides and kind of like just doing whatever you feel like doing. Some days you feel like throwing on a dress, other days you're like, I want to wear a shirt and sweats, and that's it.
Right, and like either way, you're feminine.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So since like Ladylike has such like far outreach to like female identifying, like non-binary, and everybody essentially, it's like a lot of diversity and just get a lot of exposure. How do you, how has like the platform of like BuzzFeed and like the viral video like formula, how has that, like, has it helped, or like how does it help, or how does it hinder like your message of like femininity, I guess?
I think more than femininity, we're just trying to like spread the message of like whoever you are and whoever you want to be, that's okay, and you should be allowed to be that. And so like, but it is tricky, you know, translating that into a viral video, because I think a lot of people have the misconception that in order to make content that is going to make a difference, like it's not going to be viral. Like you have to sell out in order to make it viral. But I just see it as like an extra challenge, because it's like I want it to go viral because I want more people to see my message. I want to get this as far-reaching as I possibly can. And so like adding virality to that is just another layer, and it's another thing that I'm like, how can I do this? All right, I'm going to figure this out, you know.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, when you have those added like bullet points that you're trying to hit, I think it sometimes makes you more creative, because if you just say go out there and make whatever you want, it's like me personally, I'm like I don't know what to do, but it's like give me like a few like rules and regulations, and like I'm gonna try to blow your mind, you know.
Yeah.
So luckily, you know, just being on the BuzzFeed platform allows us to like have a really far-reaching presence, but it's also really important to us to be showing all different types of diversity. So it's like me and Jen are queer women, and then we have like different body diversity and like different heights and like different races and ethnicities, you know. It's like, because diversity doesn't mean just one of those things. Like being truly diverse means all of those things.
Right.
And so it's like there's always ways that we can be improving, and so why not just like try to be better? And if people call us out for it, they're usually right. And so we're like, yeah, we can be better. How do we get better? Okay, let's do it.
So do you think the like the widespread reach helps like promote like discourse, I guess?
I would like to think that it helps promote discourse. That's definitely kind of like best case scenario, you know? Hopefully it's like informing intelligent conversations and not just causing people to like jump down each other's throats. Yeah, I mean, I think the goal of each video is like, sometimes our goal is like just to make people laugh, because sometimes that's the most important thing that you can do. Like there have been times where I was like just really like at a sad point in my life, and I would go on Buzzfeed and just start and find something that made me happy, you know. And so like there's true value like in comedy and in showing a person on screen that looks like you, or showing different parts of them that you're like, oh, me too. You're like, oh, I'm mixed race. Oh, I'm queer. Oh, I'm this, you know. And so I think our goal is just to like show different parts of ourselves and hope that people can find a community in that.
Since you're saying like just to give something for someone out there. I know you work with Top Knot and you do Ladylike and it's like all of Buzzfeed. Where do you want this to go, I guess, with your platforms? Because you've got so many platforms, and I guess everybody interacts with it differently. What's next, I guess?
What's next, like, like, what's next for me, like, at BuzzFeed, or next for me, like, after BuzzFeed, or, like
where do you want to take...
What are we cosmically saying?
Is this on, like, an ephemeral level?
Yeah. Like
a lot of the people I look up to on BuzzFeed watch a lot of Ladylike, watch a lot of Kelsey, you know, just like people I identify with. I find something like what you said, you're reaching your goal, and you tapped the target demo right here.
Yay!
Like, yes, that's awesome. And I'm having conversations. I'm having a conversation with you. This is going to be on a whole nother platform. It's going to be in print. Are you looking to like move more into other platforms? Like, what are you thinking is your next thing?
I'm like a very goal-oriented person, and so I love being like, hey, we have this, like let's like figure this out. Sorry, I'm like super sick. So like what we often say is like, okay, I'm gonna crack Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna crack beauty in Facebook. I'm gonna crack like hair in Facebook, you know? And so like I love figuring out new things to crack within BuzzFeed. And then I also love figuring out how to make, I love figuring out how to make content that both creatively fills me, serves a purpose in the world, and then it's just something that's like really difficult. And I think a lot of people think you have to sell out. Like you don't, you can make it work for you. And ideally, like I just want to like keep making content that makes people feel stuff, you know? So it's like if it makes you feel happy, mission accomplished. If it makes you feel like more included, amazing. You know, if it makes you feel like you're not alone, that's like the tops, you know?
Yeah.
And so just as long as I can keep making people just feel good about who they are, then I think it's worthwhile.
Hello everyone. Sorry I'm using my voice like a lot. But
Do we just like say goodbye, I guess? Bye, internet. Hello, and thank you for watching that. I haven't edited any of this, so I don't know what anything looks like, but I appreciate you spending the time and getting to end slate. There's a circle there. You should click it and subscribe to me because that would be nice. There's more videos and other stuff, and hope everybody has a nice day. I love you all.